นะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะ I pay homage to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. สาธุ Hello everyone. Oh, hello everyone. Bhikkhuni Khemawangsi from Mahavanatutangka, Thailand. Hi Sooth, hi Brian, hi Greg, hi, good morning Greg, good afternoon Jim McCarty from Ireland, hi Pumika. Okay, hi Pumika from New Jersey. Today we have a topic of the urgent duties. The Buddha talked about the urgent duties for us, not only for the monastic but for lay people as well. This is very interesting sutta discourse, and there are actually two more discourse that we're gonna discuss further. So, hello Maria, hello Shayanta. Okay, this is from the Anguttara Nikaya number 3.92. 3 urgent duties. Hi Dharma learner, good morning. 3 urgent duty, I'm not sure whether you have heard about it or not, but it's from Anguttara Nikaya. It's called Lona Phala, Paviveka Sutta. Paviveka Sutta. Here is the link for you all, so you can, this is like the kind of short discourse, so we're gonna learn together. We're gonna read and then explain later. The Buddha said in this discourse, mendicants, a farmer has 3 urgent duties. What are they? A farmer swiftly makes sure the field is well plowed and tilled. Next, they swiftly plant seeds in season. When the time is right, they swiftly irrigate or drain the field. These are the 3 urgent duties of a farmer. That farmer has no special power or ability to say, let the crops germinate today, let them flower tomorrow, let them ripen the day after. But there comes a time when that farmer's crops germinate, flower, and ripen as the seasons change. In the same way, a mendicant has 3 urgent duties. Undertaking the training in the higher ethics, the higher mind, and the higher wisdom. These are the 3 urgent duties of a mendicant. That mendicant has no special power or ability to say, let my mind be freed from defilements by not grasping today, or tomorrow, or the day after. But there comes a time as the mendicant trains in the higher ethics, the higher mind, and the higher wisdom, that their mind is freed from defilements by not grasping. So this is from the Paviveka Sutta, Anguttara Nikaya 3.92. Kind of short discourse, but very interesting. Here in this discourse, Buddha mentioned about the farmer. If you notice, many sutta, the Buddha described, like the natural things, the farmer or people who work in, that area. So whatever that the Buddha saw in that moment, he can talk about it, compare it to the Dhamma and Vinaya, to the teachings of the Buddha. Here the Buddha compare the farmer, that the farmer has three urgent duties. Of course, when they're gonna, plant something, first they have to do plowing and tilling, right? And then they have to plant seeds. And then when the time is right, they swiftly irrigate or drain the field because it's very essential for, to letting the crops to grow, to mature, right? But why this urgent? Because it depends on the season as well. It's like the crucial factor for the rainy season. We have to prepare everything before the rain comes, something like that. So these are the three urgent duties of a farmer. But interestingly, the Buddha mentioned that farmer has no special power or ability to say that let the crops germinate today. I want to see it today. Let the crops germinate today. Let them flower tomorrow and let them ripen the day after. You cannot force the crops to germinate, to flower, to ripen as your wish, right? But there comes a time when the farmer's crops germinate, flower, and ripen as the seasons change. Of course, the farmer has to do their own work. They have to put the right effort at the right time because it's time sensitive, right? According to the seasons. Right effort, right timing. They have to prepare by themselves, but they cannot wish to see the result today, tomorrow, or the day after. But things gonna, the crops gonna grow, gonna mature, gonna ripen if we provide the perfect um, what, the, what should I say? Preparation. Okay. So the Buddha say, yeah, in the same way, we, the Buddhist, a mendicant, have three urgent duties. This is the urgent duties. Undertaking the training. Of course, we have to train in the higher ethics, precepts, moral conduct, in the higher mind, and the higher wisdom. These are the three urgent duties of a mendicant. See, it's not that far from, it's not that, I don't want to say that it's easy, but it's not that difficult to achieve. It's right here in this body that, okay, if you use this body to train in what? In the higher ethics, higher mind, and higher wisdom. This is the duty that the Buddha said that, okay, urgent, you have to do it. And the Buddha mentioned that you have no special power or ability to say like, okay, let my mind be free from defilements by not grasping today. If I sit and meditate and then listen to the Dhamma, meditate, let my mind be free today. No, you cannot control that. You cannot force that. Or maybe tomorrow, no, you cannot. Or the day after, no, you cannot. But there comes a time as that person trains in the higher ethics, the higher mind, and the higher wisdom, that the mind is freed from defilements by not grasping. If you put the right effort, right timing, you provide all the factors needed, then of course, consequences gonna come after that, right? Put the effort and then you can expect the result, but you cannot expect like when, like today, tomorrow, or the day after. The Buddha later mentioned that, so you should train like this. We will have a keen enthusiasm for undertaking the training in the higher ethics, undertaking the training in the higher mind, and undertaking the training in the higher wisdom. That's how you should train. Yeah, that's how you should train. So you should have a keen enthusiasm to training in these three. Talking about the higher ethics, higher mind, and higher wisdom, this remind me, of the Traisikha. Have you heard of the word Traisikha? Traisikha is, for the English translation, they use the word the threefold training. In that sutra, Paviveka Sutra, the Buddha said, okay, that's how you should train. You should train in higher ethics, higher mind, and higher wisdom. And this, the Buddha, another discourse, the Buddha talked about the threefold training as well, Traisikha. Undertaking the training in the higher ethics, higher mind, and the higher wisdom is the same thing. Ati Sila Sikha, training in the high ethics. Ati Citta Sikha, training in the higher mind. And Ati Panya Sikha, the training in the higher wisdom. So if we look closely into these topics, into these subjects, then it's familiar, right? It can be categorized as Sila, Samadhi, Panya. Sila is moral discipline, high ethics. Samadhi, mind development, right? Samadhi, one-pointedness of mind. Concentration, this is the higher mind. And the wisdom of Panya. But there's slight difference in the moral discipline like Sila and the higher ethics. Why? Actually, Sila and ethics is just the same thing, right? It's like the precepts is to refrain yourself from doing unwholesome deeds verbally and physically. Actually, the Sila precepts is to control speech and actions, but having, like not the mind yet. But the word higher ethics, it means that, for example, now you cannot keep the 5 precepts. You still drink alcohol, you still drink beer, wine, etc. So you cannot keep the 5 precepts. But one day, if you say like, okay, now I'm gonna keep 5 precepts, maybe for this period of time, maybe like 3 days, 5 days, like or every Uposatha day, I want to keep 5 precepts. Okay, so this is the higher ethics. You increase the precepts. For less than 5 precepts to 5 precepts to 8 precepts, Uposatha, right? To 10 precepts for the novice, Samanera, Samaneri. 43 precepts for the monastic Bhikkhu, Bhikkhuni. Bhikkhu, Bhikkhuni, and the Buddha has 43 like basic precepts. It can be divided into Jula Sila, Majjhima Sila, and Maha Sila, 43. And then Patimokkha Sila is mean like the Vinaya, the discipline as in the Patimokkha is for Bhikkhu and Bhikkhuni. For Bhikkhu, there are 227 Patimokkha Sila. For Bhikkhuni, there are 311 Patimokkha Sila. So this is like the higher ethics, increase the precepts 5 to 8 to 10 to 43 or to, for the Patimokkha, for the Bhikkhu Bhikkhuni, Vinaya, 227 or 311. Or even though you're not okay, I don't want to ordain as a Samanera, Samaneri, or the Bhikkhu Bhikkhuni. I want to be just the lay person. So keep the 5 precept or the 8 precept, but make it purer. Like level up the precepts like inside here. Like, okay, make it normal. Make it as it's just like breathing. It's normal thing for you and make it purer and purer, things like that. This is for the higher ethics. And for the mind development, samadhi has a slight difference to the higher mind. The higher mind is like, okay, now I can, concentrate. I meditate and then I concentrate, have the one pointedness of mind for like 5 minutes. Even though you sit for 10 minutes, but you can concentrate on the breathing for 5 minutes. Okay, that's only count, the 5 minutes. It's not just like, okay, I can sit for 1 hour, but you think, many things. You have the monkey mind. You just think about your project, about your family, about your journey in the future. That does not count. But if you sit for 1 hour, but you can concentrate on the breath, you have the stable and the one pointedness of mind for 15 minutes. That's only count 15 minutes. Okay. So the first, maybe you can concentrate for 5 minutes and then train more. Okay, 10 minutes. Okay, train more and then 15 minutes. And then it's gonna change to 5 minutes, 10, 1 hour, 5 minutes, 10, 30 minutes. It depends. But as long as you train to have the higher mind, let the mind develop, level up. So this is what the Buddha said, okay, we should train ourselves like this. And the last one, wisdom or panya. Now you have the clear understanding in this level, but don't stuck in this level. Learn more. If you learn more, try to understand, and then you really know and see for yourself more and more, higher and higher. So this is the higher wisdom. So of course, the three urgent duties has the, it's just like the threefold training. Train in the higher ethics, higher mind, and higher sila. Or if, actually the teachings of the Buddha are like interconnectedness. Is connect everything together, right? For the Sila, Samadhi, Panya, of course, it can be explained in the Noble Eightfold Path. For the Noble Eightfold Path here, in this presentation, I show you the Noble Eightfold Path, the Sila, Samadhi, Panya, the three crucial things, and the three urgent duties or the threefold trainings. You can see that in the Noble Eightfold Path, first, right view, right thought. Right view, right thought can be categorized as panya or wisdom or the higher wisdom. Start with the wisdom. And then right speech, right action, right livelihood are considered sila, moral conduct, higher ethics. And the right effort, right mindfulness, right concentration can be categorized as samadhi, mind development, the higher mind. So actually it's all the same thing. If you undertake the training of the threefold training, it's just like you practice the Noble Eightfold Path. It's just a different name, but it's actually the same thing. It can be, packed into 3 subjects, okay, or maybe 8, like the Noble Eightfold Path. But I would like you to, look at the right view. Right view is the first of the Noble Eightfold Path, right? Because if you have the right view, you're going to have right thought, and then the speech, the action, and even though when you work in your career, you're going to have the moral conduct naturally. So if you have the right view, you have the wisdom, you know that, okay, this is good, this is bad, this is wholesome, this is unwholesome, then you will develop, you will refrain from bad deeds. It's just like you have the sila naturally. If, like for me, if I teach like the young kids, like, okay, you should refrain from killing, you should refrain from stealing, because I say so, you should do this. Of course, young kids would not follow my instructions, right? But if they have the right understanding, the right knowledge, if you can provide the knowledge that, okay, you keep precept because it's good. If you don't like someone to harm you, then you should not harm someone else. That's it. So don't kill, because you love your life, you love yourself, right? That other beings love themselves, love their life as well. So this is like the first precept. If you have the right understanding, if you have the wisdom first, then you can keep the precept easily, naturally. So the Buddha placed an importance on the right view, right thought, or the wisdom first, and then, in everyday life, then you have to compose yourself. You have the moral conduct, the precepts, and then after that, or maybe at the same time, develop, um, have the mind development. But when we see, like in this presentation, right, you see that the wisdom is placed first, and then sila and then samadhi. But normally when we talk, we say sila, samadhi, panya. Sila precepts first. Why? Because it's easier to keep the precepts. It's easier for some people, and also the reason because sila is like the foundation of all wholesome qualities. You cannot reach the one pointedness of mind or samadhi if you cannot keep precepts. Why? Because if you cannot keep precepts, for example, if you tell lies to someone, you can observe the mind. The mind cannot be peaceful, right? It cannot be calm, because you think like, okay, they're gonna, will they know that I lied to them? I have to keep the story straight. So the mind cannot focus on one thing, because you think like, oh, I'm afraid that they're gonna know the truth. Oh, I have to keep the story straight. Oh, and then that person again, I have to lie to them again, something like that. So the mind cannot be stable. So the precepts actually is to keep the mind normal, calm, in the calm state. So if the mind is in the calm state and normal, peaceful, it's easier to reach the one pointedness of mind or samadhi. And then through samadhi, when you can focus on something, then you will know and see as things arise and fade away. You will see. You cannot see things if you cannot focus on one thing, right? It's just like when things move so fast, you cannot focus. When you move your head like this, you cannot focus. But if you can still, stable, and strong, you see that things arise and cease. That's it. So the sila is like the foundation for all wholesome qualities. Just as when you would like to construct a tall buildings, you cannot think of like, okay, I'm gonna find the ceiling first. I have to try to find a way to, put the ceiling, put the roof, something like that. You cannot say that. You have to do the groundwork first. You have to do the foundation laying, the reinforcement, things like that. The stronger the foundation laying there is, the more you can climb up to the samadhi and the panya. Okay, yeah. So the stronger the foundation you have, the higher you can build up, right? So it's just the same thing. The more precepts, the purer precept you can keep, then okay, you can reach the samadhi, concentration, meditation easily, and then you can know and see things as they really are, or panya, or wisdom. Yeah. Have you heard about this sutra? This is very, very famous. Many people give a Dhamma teaching in this discourse in Thai. It's called Sonatanda Sut. There's a famous saying that the Buddha said, for wisdom is cleansed by ethics, and ethics are cleansed by wisdom. Ethics and wisdom always go together. An ethical person is wise, and a wise person is ethical. Ethics and wisdom are said to be the best things in the world. This is what the Buddha said here. And I'm gonna give you the links. It's just like when you clean one hand with the other, or clean one foot with the other. So when you clean your hand, you have to, clean your hand like this, right? You cannot clean your hand like this. It's not that good. So you have to clean one hand with another hand, clean one foot with another foot. In the same way, wisdom is cleansed by ethics, and ethics are cleansed by wisdom. Ethics and wisdom always go together. An ethical person is wise, and a wise person is ethical. And ethics and wisdom are said to be the best things in the world. So, as I said, like the stronger the foundation, the sila that you can keep, the higher you can go up, like the wisdom. So at first, for this, at first you have the right view, right understanding that, okay, this is good, this is bad, right? And then you can keep precepts with willingness. In the past, you might be forced by someone, okay, keep precepts. Like for me, in the past, like when we like Thai kids, right? We always say like, keep precepts, keep 5 precepts. We are forced to keep precepts because we don't have the right understanding, like why should I keep precepts? But the more you learn, the more you understand, then you can keep the purer precepts, just like precepts and wisdom clean each other, just the same thing. So the first one, right view, right thought, and then precepts later on. Okay, then we're going to talk about responsibility and tasks inพุทธศาสนา. I have to mention about the Thai Dhamma talk. I did a Thai Dhamma talk maybe like 2 days ago, or maybe on Sunday. And then there was one person asked, like, what is the task of the monastic? What do you do, like every day? What do you do? The Buddha said that for the monastic, or even for the Buddhist, if you come to the Buddhist, you have 2 responsibilities. You have 2 tasks. First, Kanta Thura, task of learning. Second, Vipassana Thura, task of insight development or meditation practice. Kanta Thura and Vipassana Thura. This is the 2 responsibilities that the Buddha said, okay, this is what you should do. So if we talk about that, okay, learning and insight development is just like, okay, you have to learn, you have to right understanding, you have to have the wisdom, and then you cultivate, right? Or maybe you have heard about the pariyatti, patipati, and pativeta. Pariyatti, patipati, pativeta. It is to learn. You have to learn first. If you don't learn, if you don't listen, how can you know what is right, what is wrong, right? Like what is really right and what is like truly wrong. So you have to learn first. And then after that, not just learn only, you have to practice as well, patipati. Through the practice, through the insight development, through the mind development, through the meditation practice. After this, you have pativeta, or you will realize the fruits. You will attain the true liberation, such and such. So this is just like to learn and to practice. So asks here, very interesting question. So ask, dear Aya, how many precepts is one automatically keeping if one just follow the Noble Eightfold Path? Okay. If you follow Noble Eightfold Path, the first, actually, have you heard of the Kusala Kamapatha? Anyway, right speech is to not tell lies. So automatically, you can keep 5 precepts. Right speech is not tell lie, not tell harsh words, not say harsh word. I don't know in English. Don't say something that make people fight, like make people fight and then love you, something like that. Actually, you should say something to encourage the unity of the, people, right? But you say something to break them apart. So not tell lies, not say harsh words, not tell people, say something to let them break, you know. And then another one is not to say like nonsense things, something that is not beneficial. The only person who can have the pure, conduct, not to talk nonsense, is the arahant. So this is like the arahantship. But other than that, we can sometimes we say something like nonsense. Okay. So yeah, automatically you can actually 5 precept plus 3 more for the. It's not in the precepts. Have you heard of Kusala Kamapatha? Kusala Kamapatha, do not kill, do not steal, do not have the sexual misconduct, which is the right action. Okay. And then do not tell lies. Do not tell lies is in the 4th precept, right? Do not say harsh word. Do not say something that make people fight, and do not tell nonsense things. And then 3 things: no greedy, not greedy, not too much hatred, and then have the right view. So if you ask about the precept, right, the right view, the last one of the Kusala Kamapatha is the first one of the Noble Eightfold Path. So if you ask about the precept, so I think it's 5 precepts plus 3 more of the Kusala Kamapatha. Oh yeah, thank you, Greg. Not to say divisive words, breaking apart the community or to cause people to fight. Yes, that's the one. But for the 8th eighth precept is like you do not use like perfume or like cream, moisturizer, things like that. You cannot sleep on the mattress that is mm, I don't know English word, but yeah. To answer for Sooth answer, 5 precepts, and then 3 more. Do not say divisive words. Do not say harsh words, and do not say like nonsense things. Okay. Many ask, how do we practice Patipatti? Do we need to practice Dhamma in real life? Of course. Here, Patipatti. How do practice Patipatti? Practice is to use the Dhamma, use the teachings into your daily life. Meditation, and then the mind development. Meditation is not just like to sit cross-legged straight 1 hour per day. It's not like that. You have to be mindful all day long as much as you can. So to practice to be mindful is to practice. To meditate is to practice. To use what the Buddha taught in your real life, contemplate, reflect is to practice. So to learn pariyatti is just like to learn in theory. Oh, okay, this is what the Buddha said. Oh, okay, I get it. I read, I listen. This is learning, right? Practice, use it in your daily life, and then after that, it depends on many factors. So it's just how to responsibility or no, to learn and to practice. John asks, what kind of bed do you use as monastic? I don't know. In the bed, we have, I don't have a picture, but it's just like the thin mattress that, hang on. Actually, I think I have things here about it's like a thin mattress. Oh. Hang on. The eighth precept, refrain from lying on a higher or luxurious sleeping place. But actually it's known in English. Cotton, right? I think silk cotton, something like that. If the mattress is made from silk, cotton, something like a luxury thing, you cannot use that. Cotton, wool. So it have to be like simple, not luxurious, like modesty. Luxurious bed. And the thin, not just like this is too much. Normally we're gonna have like, they say like 1 or 2 inches at most, something like that. Couple, I don't know. Okay. Okay, and then I would like to mention about this, that that the Buddha said that, of course, like the 3 urgent duties for the farmers to like plowing, tilling, planting seed, irrigation, and drainage, right? So it's just like the farmer has the role to create the best possible conditions for growth, but the actual development of the crops depend on nature. So we have to have the human effort and the natural process. The human effort here is just like we learn, we practice. This is the right effort for us to do. Abandon unwholesome qualities, cultivate wholesome qualities through learning, practice in daily life. And then if we're gonna realize the fruits, if we're gonna attain the nirvana, nibbana, whenever, it's up to many factors. You cannot control like, okay, I'm gonna, the mind gonna be free today. No, you cannot say that. It's just like when the farmer cannot say like, okay, let the crops germinate today, let it ripen tomorrow. They cannot ask or wish for that. It's not possible. It has many factors. So it's just like what we can do now is to create the possible conditions for growth. We can provide the conditions, learn, practice. Okay, learn more, practice, precept, mind development, and then more or higher wisdom, higher ethics, higher mind, higher wisdom. More and more is to create the conditions. If it's have the word, they have the word makka samanki. It have, if it is the right time, if it's like is according to many factors and the conditions. Makha samanki, if have the unity of the noble eightfold path, like everything just perfect, and then you're gonna have the fruits. Sodapati, asakatha anakami, arahant. You're gonna reach the true liberation. And one more. Here in this sutra from Anguttara Nikaya number 8.19, Paharatha Sutra, the Buddha said, Paharatha is the giant. He said that the great ocean slants, slopes, and inclines gradually. This is like what is so amazing of the ocean. The Buddha said, okay, the great ocean slants, slopes, and inclines gradually, not dropping off abruptly. So too, in this Dhamma and discipline, penetration to final knowledge occurs by gradual training in ethics, in higher mind, and in higher wisdom. And then gradual activity, palipati. You have to practice. You have to have to put your effort into it. It's just like when you are the farmer, you have to have the action. You have to plant the seeds. You cannot wish for the rice to grow if you do not plant the seeds. You have to have the gradual activity, action, effort, action, and then gradual practice, not abruptly. This is the first astounding and amazing quality that the Bhikkhus see in the Dhamma and discipline, because of which they take delight in it. So it is to emphasize the notion that you cannot ask things to happen today, tomorrow, because nowadays, I don't know in Western, but in Thailand, now they have like the new concept of selling nirvana. This is very strange and kind of funny. They have the notion like, if you come and practice with me, if you pay, I think like 12,000 baht or something like that. If you pay this price, I'm gonna make you reach nirvana today. And people pay. It's just like, why is this so not in the Buddha's teaching. The Buddha said gradual training, gradual activity, gradual practice, and then when the time comes, naturally you're gonna realize the fruits. You cannot force it with the desire. Only desire cannot make you reach nirvana or reach the fruits. So that's it for today. I hope this is like something that new for you to learn. I'm not sure that is new for you or not, but it's very interesting discourse that I would like to mention. Greg said it's the name of the stuffing. Yeah, the stuffing for the thin mattress. Yeah, thank you so much to give me the words. The kind of bed that for the monastic have to use is the thin mattress that for the stuffing, not the cotton, not something like luxuries. Plain design and thin. Okay. Thank you so much. Greg said it was really excellent. I think it's very interesting to learn that in Buddhism we cannot just the Buddha even said himself that we cannot just pray and then get what you want. If you can pray and get what you want, like please be healthy, please be something like I don't want to die, please don't let me die, something like that. You cannot say that, because if we pray and then we get everything that we pray for, then everyone gonna be happy, no suffering, no sadness, right? But because we cannot pray for, we have to put the effort into it as well. You cannot pray for healthy body. You have to make yourself healthy. Eat healthy food, exercise, no stress, learn to let go, something like that. Healthy physically and mentally. You cannot pray and get it. You have to work for it as well. This is what made me love the Buddha's teachings, because it can use in real life, and it's something that, because in the past I used to pray a lot, entirely pray, go to this temple to pray, go to that temple to pray, because I want to pass the exam, please make me pass the exam, something like that. It's so normal. But then I learned that you cannot pray to pass exam. You have to study. You have to study. You cannot rely only on luck. You have to rely on yourself as well. Study. And then, it's just like to create the best possible conditions for you to pass exam. All Greg said, we also call it futon mattress. Thank you so much. You have any more question? Yeah. Jay said personal responsibility. Yeah. As the Buddha said here, we have the responsibility. We have to do the task. You have to do on your own. You have to take the task of learning. And then insight development. Learn, practice after that. Even though how long you're gonna, practice for, but you know that you do good deeds, you're gonna have a good outcomes. That's it. I don't care. For me, I don't care how long I'm gonna reach nirvana. I don't care about that. As long as I know that now I follow the Noble Eightfold Path, Now I learn, I read, I listen to the Dhamma, and then I put it into practice. You cannot reach nirvana, you cannot reach the right wisdom only by the book, by theory. It's not like that. You have to put it into practice, you have to put it into action. And after that, when it's ready, it's ready. When the time comes, it's just gonna grow. Oh, Dharma learner here, right? I think I saw your comments. Oh, Dharma learner say, if there is time at the end of the session, could you update of progress from the big storm that passed through the monastery? Now I will post the pictures in the Mahawana Dhamma Sanctuary Facebook then. Now we have like the concrete. In the past we have the concrete. Just like the, I don't know what's it called. Not so strong because we don't think gonna have like so, such a big storm like that. So like 20% concrete and then 80% wood in the past. But now after the storm, so now concrete. So strong now. It just have we finished the ground work, the floor. We finished what's it called? The pillar? I don't know. Yeah. Except for the roof. Nearly finished. Oh, and Mahavanatutanka opens for the international practitioners to come and stay with us in Lampang, Thailand, starting from this June to February each year, because during the hot season, it's too much to handle for the heat. It's like 43 degrees Celsius. It's too hot. So yeah, this is the progress from Thailand. Thank you. Thank you all for coming to listen to the Dhamma. This is like the good start for you to have the right view. And it's just like you follow the Buddha's teaching. Pariyatti, you learn. And then after that, Paripatti, practice. Niranjan asks, respected Bhikkhuni, do you have experience of Priti Sukha? What is it, Priti Sukha? Piti, the rapture? Is it, what is Priti Sukha? Do you mean the rapture? If you means the rapture, Piti Sukha, if you mean the Piti Sukha is like when you meditate, right? Oh, yes. When you meditate, when you can abandon the 5 hindrances that the Kamachanta, you still have the yearning for the 5 sensual pleasure. If you still have the hatred, like I hate that person, hatred in that moment. If you still have the doubt, if you have the monkey mind, things like that, if you can abandon the 5 hindrances, you will reach the actually piti is in the components of the jhana. You asked, do you have experience of piti? Yes, I have experience of piti sukha. When you can abandon the 5 hindrances, right? And then you have the Vitakka Vichara. Vitakka Vichara is when you raise something as the object of meditation. For example, Putto, Buddho. Buddho is to have the recollection of the Buddha, is one object of meditation. So if you breathe in, breathe out, To, Buddho, one thing. Or maybe if you do the Anapanasati, breathing, breathe out, and you can sense the contact here. You do like this. This is called Vitakka Vichara, right? Raise it into concentration. Putto, Putto. If you can get rid of the five hindrances, you can reach the Piti Sukha, the rapture, the bliss. We have like some people have like the goosebumps. Some people feel like lighter, just like when you're gonna float, something like that. You might feel like, oh, now I'm floating, but you just stay the same, but you feel lighter like this. Some people feel like the body is like bigger, bigger. And some people feel like the I don't know what's it called, but yeah, there are many kinds. Actually, I think there are 5 different raptures that you can experience. Yeah, but normally goosebump and light, cool sensation, joy and tranquility, or other different translation. Oh, yeah, rapture, joy. There are many kinds of rapture. Rapture can be just like the slight one, just like cool. You feel like the body is cool and cold, so make the goosebump, right? Light, you feel like you're gonna float, or maybe you can have like the body is bigger. Or the inner sounds. Oh yeah, inner sound, it can happen. You hear things. Mm. You hear someone say something, you will hear many things. But when we experience that, we just know that hearing. Like for me, when I see something in meditation, just like seeing, and then it's gonna fade away. Just not just go on with it. If you go on, oh I see, oh I think this is maybe heaven. Is it heaven? Ah, oh wow, beautiful, and then you go along with it. No, it's not useful because you're gonna stuck in that thing. And next time you're gonna, oh I wish I see that things again. Wish you cannot tell that is real or it's not real. Is it real heaven, or it's just something that I made up in my mind and then it's just pop up while you meditate? You cannot know that for sure, except you can really go and see for yourself. So when we meditate, like for when I meditate, okay, we can see things pop up, we can hear things, or maybe sometimes we smell something, but we just don't let the mind go to that or into that, but overwhelmed with that sensation of feelings or perception. It's just like, for me, seeing, oh, now fade away. Or hearing. So train the mind to, be fast enough to recognize it. Oh, see. Oh, hearing, oh, fade away, come back. Oh, seeing. At first, you cannot say, oh, seeing. something like that. Normally, when things pop up, you just like, oh, oh, wow. And then you just watch it. It's just like you watch the TV. Oh, wow. Oh, something like that. It's just like, it's not like, ooh, like this, but you just like, and then you watch it just like when you watch movies. It's fun at first, but it's not useful because you're gonna stuck in that. You're gonna wish to see it again and again, but it's impossible. So you just train yourself to like, okay, see, come back to breathing. Oh, come back to breathing. Here, come back, something like that. Jay asks, can we use the piti and sukha as the meditation object or stay in the breath? When the piti arises, right? You don't use it as a meditation object. It's just something comes when you reach the jhana state, reach the one point of mind, just come naturally. It's gonna come. So when the rapture, when the piti, and when the sukha arise, then you know that it arises. Breathe in, you know piti arise. Breathe out, you know piti still arise. Breathe in, and you just know that piti is still arise. And then you just focus on the breath, and then you just know. Breathe in, breathe out. Piti fade away, still fading. Maybe now it's like this, and then now incline. Breathe in, you know the incline. Breathe out, you know. Breathe in or come up again. Breathe out, you just know, and then eventually let it pass. You have to let it pass, because why? There's some people, actually, if the piti fade away, it means you reach the second jhana, vitak, vitok, vichan, piti. That means you reach the second jhana if the rapture fade away. But normally, if we don't learn about this, right? For example, put toe. Oh no, the piti fade away. I think it's in the third jhana. The first one, put toe, rapture arise, sukha, happiness arise, have one pointedness of mind. That is the first jhana, right? And then the second jhana, putto, fade away. You know what I mean? Putto, and then there's the moment that the putto fade away. You have to let it fade away, because if the putto fade away, it means second jhana. But people, when the putto fade away, just like, oh no, putto, come back. Putto, we have to putto. You have to let go. If you let go, that means second jhana. And then when the putto fade away, you're gonna have the second jhana gonna be just only piti, sukha, and one pointedness of mind. If rapture arise, if the rapture fade away, you have to let it fade away, because it's gonna be like the third jhana. Third jhana is just like pure happiness. And you have to let go of that happiness as well, because the fourth jhana, no more happiness. It's only the equanimity. Equanimity and one pointedness of mind is the fourth jhana. And after that, you will not sense the breathing, the breath. You cannot sense the breath. That means you're going to reach like the fifth jhana, arupa jhana, no form. Okay. Many asks, Can metta meditation remove anger towards a person? How often should we do it to remove angry thoughts? We have to, regarding how often, right? As much as you can. We cannot say like, okay, 1 hour or 2 hour, or maybe like twice a day. You cannot say that. It depends on the person. So what I can say now is like, if you can think of metta, if you can think of, loving kindness, do it. So it's to develop the loving kindness when you can think of it. So as often as you can. And metta can remove anger, of course, but you really have to understand the word loving kindness. You're angry of that person because he did something bad to you, right? But if you use the loving kindness or the compassion correctly, you have to understand like, yeah, I used to do something wrong in the past, and I want that person to forgive me. That person did not forgive me, and it just stuck with me, and it's painful. That is suffering. So now I know that he made he made the mistake. I used to make a mistake as well. We're just the same. People can make mistake. You talk bad things to me. I used to talk bad things to other people as well. So yeah, you suffer. I suffer. He did something bad because of many factors, environment, because he did not know what is right and what is wrong. Poor him. Yeah, compassion. Yeah, loving kindness. So when you cultivate loving kindness or metta, it can remove the anger. Anger is like fire burning. When you're angry with someone, it's like the burning inside, right? Burning with anger. So metta or loving kindness is like the water to um, extinguish. Dhamma learner said, very interesting to learn out these states of mind. An added bonus talk, maybe a future talk could examine this in more context in terms of one's practice. You mean the meditation, right? Yeah. Meditation and the jhana state is very interesting, but it's something that you should like learn for yourself, because they have the pros and cons in learning this. Pro, yeah, you can have the knowledge like, okay, this is like the stage. Okay, then we know like how to, develop, how to practice. This is the pro. But the cons, disadvantage of learning too much is that you're gonna expect the outcome. So when you meditate, you're gonna expect like, okay, today I'm gonna reach the first jhana. Now I know. Now I know that's gonna rapture is like the this cool sensation or things like that. So you have the expectation. You have, thought. So sometimes when you think too much, when you have the desire in that condition, it gonna obstruct you from reaching that state. So it has the pros and cons in learning. So moderation in learning, not too much. In Thailand, we have like, okay, this state, okay, next state gonna be like this, and people gonna, like, oh, I want to reach that state. Oh, so I learn, and then you think that you get it, but actually it's just something that you made up in your mind. So it's kind of, yeah, it's like the pros and cons. So yeah. So next time maybe we can discuss this further. Any more question? I hope you yeah, you can learn and then practice and then realize the fruit together. That's it for today. Thank you everyone for your enthusiasm to learn the Dhamma. Thank you so much and see you again in 15 days. Before we part, let's say Sadhu 3 times. Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu Anumodhami. May you all be freed from hatred, be freed from greed, and be freed from delusion. May you all reach the supreme happiness, nirvana. Sadhu. Be safe and be well, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day. Good night.